Well, the Brahms Second Symphony has always been one of my favorite symphonies. In fact, it is my favorite of the four Brahms symphonies. There are parts in other Brahms symphonies that are much more, melancholy, maybe foreboding. And this piece, I think the general mood is just very cheery and pastoral. So it's just a very uplifting piece of music to play. I think when people think of Brahms, they think of a big, heavy man. That the music is also not heavy, but very lush. This piece very much has that at the end of the symphony. I mean, everybody's playing, it's really loud, but there are also really beautiful, tender moments. The Scherzo actually is a perfect example of that, where it begins just with an oboe and the cellos, and it's just a very simple, sweet melody with a very simple accompaniment underneath. Well, an interesting thing, I was thinking about the symphony and parts of it that I really love, and then I was thinking, wow, it's very similar to the Dvorak's Sixth Symphony, which is my favorite Dvorak symphony. Just that the last movements are very similar, the way they start and the way they end, and just the mood, how they transfer. So then I actually looked up the Dvorak Symphony, and I found out that the Brahms Second Symphony was sort of the model for Dvorak's Sixth Symphony, because Brahms was a huge patron and good friend of Dvorak, so really supported him. And so as it turns out, there is a reason why I love them both. I think it's always interesting to hear how different conductors interpret the same piece. And so we've never actually performed this piece with Maestro Eschenbach before. I think it might interest a lot of people to hear how somebody else looks at that piece of music. It's a great piece of music, and I think nothing beats a live performance.